I'm gonna wait for a few people to hop on. This has been an incredibly long month for Lance and I. And I filled you in before on some of this stuff. Just stress. Not necessarily bad things, they'll be good things in the end. Like, in time, they'll come to fruition and everything will be good. But it's incredibly stressful. Life, just in general, for everybody, gets incredibly stressful at times. And it seems like they say bad things come in threes, or you're only ever given what you can handle. God never gives you more than you can handle. I don't know what's happening. Hang on 1 second, guys. But there's times, and I think everybody's had this experience, and I'm probably going to cry in this, so just deal with it. There's times where it just feels like, for fuck's sake, like, how much more can, like, your plate take, or, like, how much more do I need to experience and go through and things like that. So I felt that. Lance and I both have felt that the last, like, month, because it's just been crazy stressful with wedding planning, working. Our commutes are kind of wearing us down a little bit. We're both really excited about and stressed out by the fact that our management company is selling the home we're in, and so we have to move. And that wouldn't necessarily be such a big deal, but the time frame for everything is what's putting a wrench in things. So for our wedding is in September. It's in Rhode Island. We live in Texas. Logistically, there's a lot that goes in that, but then we go on a honeymoon after that. Our lease ends here at the end of October, so it basically means we have to move before September, or we come back from our honeymoon, have to find a place, pack all our crap, and move immediately following in like 3 weeks. We're maxing out vacation time. Like, there's just a lot of logistical things that go into this, and timing, and how it's all going to fall into place. Will work out. I have faith that it will work out. It always does. But in this interim period of like, holy fuck, is everything going to align? Slightly stressful. So the only reason I'm telling you any of that isn't to be like, wet blanket, everything sucks, because it doesn't suck. Everything's great. Life is great. You know, I'm a firm believer that every day you wake up is like a great day, because there's several people that didn't. So I don't even know why I'm crying, but probably because I felt literally every emotion humanly possible in the last 3 weeks daily. Like, legit, the fact that I'm not in a corner like rocking is good. You know, like, I've got some sweet life skills, because I'm pretty good under stress. I'm pretty good under pressure. I have had, like, I've worked for police departments where you got, like, I was in charge of 911 calls, you know, like, people trying to kill themselves, and I can handle that. I can walk you down, I can calm you and bring you off the ledge. But I think everyone in this world has, like, a max point where you're like, okay, I need, like, a breather. I just need to not for a little bit, and then I'll be fine. So I've felt that the last week, basically. Like, I just need to, like, tap out and let me take, like, a sweet weekend nap in, like, a padded room somewhere with, like, coloring books and Disney movies. Let me, like, revive, give me some wine, and I'll be okay. So Lance and I went out today, and the day started great. I mean, we went and had breakfast, and had a bunch of things to do in terms of looking for a home and finding somewhere to live. And the day actually went pretty nicely. I mean, it was incredibly stressful. There were a lot of times of like, this is gonna be great, and then like you hit a roadblock, and then you're like, oh fuck, like now what we just thought could happen can't happen, and then you do a plan B, and then plan B is like, oh, it's gonna be amazing, and then you hit a roadblock with plan B, and you're like, oh shit, that can't work either. So it's like this wave, and I'm not complaining about it because there's so many people that aren't in this situation to be able to do what we're doing, but it's a lot, and it's a lot of pressure. But came home tonight and was telling my mom about some of the stuff that happened today and just about the day. I talk to my family all the time. And it just, two things happened. So it reminded me to be, not reminded me, I just felt this overwhelming sense of gratitude. So I'm probably emotional because I'm exhausted, like mentally, just from all the stuff. So that makes me just like this. But I was just so overwhelmingly grateful for the family that I have, like the support system and the way that we were raised and the way that my dad like taught us certain things and my mom taught us certain things, and we are dysfunctional in like the best way possible. Like there is no other family that's like my family, and I really genuinely am like beyond grateful that I can say that, because that's a huge deal. And like I've learned it, I've recognized it more every year the older I get, but I was just really grateful for that tonight, because this whole process and all the things we're doing wouldn't have been possible had I had a different type of family. So that's big. But then after I shared all the news, I learned that there was like a death in the family. So family to us is not always necessarily blood family, but if the way we were raised is if anyone in our family is hurting, the family hurts. Just because we're all so close and the support system is so close. So I didn't necessarily have a really tight bond with the person that passed, but I do with the person that affects. And it is heartbreaking to hear the heartbreak in someone else's voice. But all of that to say that there is still things to be grateful for. So I'm talking to this person and they're just saying how they're grateful that we have such a tight family, and they're basically repeating the same things to me that I had actually just said to my mom and dad like 20 minutes before about our family and how life could be hard, but we're still we still have an amazing family, and like it's good, you know, like every day you wake up is a good day. Like you get a chance to make different choices, you get a chance to start over, you get a chance to actually do what you love. And that's the thing I think that's been clicking for me more, is that you never know when that day is for you or for anybody else. So, and I don't mean that like morbidly, I've said that before, but it's this year, especially for me, has felt like the year really learning that you have to be happy, as like lame and cliche and all that crap as it sounds. Like you have to genuinely be happy with your life every fucking day. And I know that sounds like hard because everybody's like, I got bills, or my kid's being an asshole, or whatever. Like I hate my job, I hate my whatever, my life isn't like this, all my friends have these things and I don't have those things, or I have no money. And it's hard, and it's hard for a lot of people, and I totally get that. But you have to find gratitude in it. You have to find gratitude in it, and you have to find what like makes your heart happy. Like what makes you happy, and don't wait 20 years to do it, because you don't know. No one knows. So, like, why settle? Why settle in, like, any area of your life if you don't have to? Because you don't. We all buy into this thing that there's certain ways that you have to do life. There's certain, like, you have to do things in a certain timeline. You have to do things in a certain way. There's certain things that are acceptable, and there's certain things that aren't. And that's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And when you separate yourself from that and, like, disconnect, you realize that that's all bullshit. You can live your life however you want to live your life. And it doesn't matter if somebody doesn't agree with it. It doesn't matter if everybody looks at you like you got 12 heads. It doesn't matter if... None of that shit matters. It doesn't matter if society thinks you're an outcast. The only thing that matters is that you're actually happy. Because what the fuck else are we here for? We're not here for anything else. We're here to live our truth, whatever that is for each person, as authentically as humanly possible, to love as much as we can, and to make and leave some sort of positive, lasting impression on the next generation that's to come. That's pretty much what we're here for. Like, absorb and take in and learn and give back. That's why we're here. You can't do that if you're not happy. You can't do that if you're miserable and don't see the positive. So, like, my heart breaks for that family member tonight, because I know all the stuff they've been through, and this is not something that was needed. But, you know, and just other situations, you know, like, people are having hard times left and right. My brother-in-law is hurt. You know, like, he'll eventually be okay, but that's a very stressful time for my sister and her family. You know, like, everybody's got things. Money is tight. I know people that can't, you know, may not have money for rent. Like, there are a million people that I know, and you know, that all are in very stressful situations. Things aren't good. They haven't gotten good news on something. But even with all of the shit that can get thrown your way, there is always something to be grateful for. And I know that sounds, like I said, super cliche, and at this point I'm just rambling, but it's a huge light bulb for me. So I feel like 2017 has been a year of learning what matters and really actually going with it. Like, I knew this most of my life, but hey, CP, but you learn it at different times, and it hits you, I think, on different levels each time you relearn, like, a life lesson. So I've just been really overwhelmed with this the last, like, 2 weeks, and it's, like, shown up in my life in different forms a variety of times. So I feel like it's just something that's up for me to, like, really learn and to help me, because I'm the type of person that, even though I can be independent, I look for not necessarily approval, but the okay from other people that that's an acceptable thing really to do with my life. Like, that's okay. I'm not allowed, but allowed to do that. That's a smart decision. And I have to give that up, because part of that limits me to what everybody else believes is normal and okay. And that's not always what makes me happy. So I've been stepping out of that, and it's out of a comfort zone, which is very hard. And I know a lot of you can relate to that, but it's just a confirmation again that the universe is sending me that I am on the right path. I'm doing the right things. I'm doing things that are very unconventional for me, but I'm taking the risk to believe in myself and do that. And I feel like those are the things that are important. So if you're ever in a situation where you experience, like, a loss, like that was in my family, then you can have that gratitude that you did life your way. You made those decisions. You know, and for this person in particular, there was a lot of, it took a lot of, like, heart and bravery and time for certain things to happen. And so it's just all things I'm noticing, you know, and all things that I'm really grateful for, that even in the bullshit, you life is really good. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much stuff that can get you down, and there's, like, I make jokes all the time, like, I should have been in a padded cell, or, you know, whatever. Doped up on some sweet Xanax and just chilling out because of the stress, but I'm grateful because I can experience that stress and be in that situation that other people will never have the opportunity to be in. So I'll take the stress and I'll be grateful for it because ultimately it will be a blessing in my life. But you have to have the faith and the courage to believe in yourself that stepping out and stepping into a dream or to a reality is going to come with challenges. You're going to be challenged. Life is going to throw you curveballs to say, do you really want that? Is this the life you want to live? But for me, it's a yes, and it will always be a yes no matter how much stuff kind of gets thrown in the way. So I know I'm rambling, but it's been a very long few weeks, and it just, the sad news tonight, you know, hurts my heart, like I said, for the person in my family, but it makes me really, really grateful for the family I have and the family that I was raised into, like the fucked up sense of humor I have that can make me laugh through stupid shit or stressful shit. The closeness of my family, even our extended family, is like huge. With the creativity and imagination that we all have, that we were raised with, you know, like when we were kids and we were bored, we'd be like, Dad, we're bored, and he'd say, use your imagination, and we fucking hated it every time. I'd be like, seriously? Like, that's all you can say is use your imagination? Like, Christ, like, give us a game or something. But that's the one thing, like, time and again, I shit you not, like, job interviews, life things, like, I've had so many people comment, like, how did you think like that, or what made you think to do that, or it's all those little things. But it's just, I really don't know what the point of this is, but just to say that gratitude will go a long way, and it will open your eyes to things, into it will let you tap into a part of who you are that I think we all keep guarded because we're afraid of what other people might think. But the gratitude for just, this is your life the way it is. You have these goals, you have these dreams. They can all come true for you. There's no competition. There's enough for everybody. But you just got to believe in it, and you got to, like, stay the course. And if you stay the course with, like, an open heart and gratitude for the shit and the positivity and all the stuff that comes your way, then life will turn out well for you. You'll have these experiences. So that's just what I wanted to say. You know, I have gratitude for the family that I have that was helping me through this week. I've heard gratitude from the family member who is experiencing this loss of just what they were able to have in their life. And it was very powerful for me that even in some of your darkest times, you can find this gratitude, and it just is like your heart telling you you did the right thing that you needed to do for you in your life to be happy. And that's why we're all here. So that's pretty much it. That's all I want to say. I really probably need to go to bed, wash my face, and go to sleep. But yeah, I'm just grateful that I have this family. I'm grateful that I took this leap this year with this business and believing in myself enough to do it. I'm grateful that I'm letting go of, like, what everybody else thinks, because I don't give a shit at the end of the day. I need to be happy. And I feel very blessed that this is my life, even with the stress in it, because I could be in so many other situations that are not like this. So my life is good, your life is good. It gets stressful, it gets shitty, but you gotta stick with it. And you just gotta believe in yourself and, like, literally have an open heart. Like, look for the good in things, because they're there. And that's all I wanted to say. I should probably stop talking now because it's been a really long day. But I love you guys. What day is it? It's Saturday. Hope you all had a great Saturday. Tomorrow's Sunday. Get a good night's sleep. Everything will be great. Aw, Jamie, hi. And I'm gonna go to bed. And that's it. So I love you, Maggie. I hope the babies are good. Kiss them both for me. Your pictures are friggin' adorable. Like, if I was anywhere close to the Baltimore, D.C. area, I'd be coming over to get a fix. So yeah, I hope everybody's good. And that's it. I love you. and I will update you. Hopefully Lance and I will have some very good news to share with everybody tomorrow. So, fingers crossed. Love you guys. Good night.